Hi, this is Patty Eisenmann. It's November the 17th, 2025. I have not made a video since November 5th, 2025, Wayne Eisenmann's birthday. He was living proof of what Jesus does in a person's life to restore, redeem, and not just restore and redeem, but exceed what your life can be. So I did his birthday, and I got through his birthday pretty good. I was sad, but I didn't get I really emotional. I was at peace, and I was basically thought I was okay. And the next day, I wasn't feeling that okay. Actually, that night, once I got in bed, I wasn't feeling that okay. I was just flipping through pictures on my phone of Wayne and of the things we'd done in life and of our kids, of our history, our past. So many things. And matter of fact, this picture hanging above me, it's our ministry. It was called Lion of Mercy. Wayne got that picture his last mission trip to Brazil and had it framed. He thought it just spoke to him. And it's one of the only things that I kept from my home that was actually hung. I have a small area right now, so I don't have a lot of things hung. But we had a past and we had a history, and I looked through those pictures and just remembered. The next day, I wouldn't have got off the ship, but I had told a waiter, one of the waiters. He lives on the outskirts of Cozumel. He's in a little town about 40 miles from Cozumel, and he was meeting his grandmother there. He was a Christian, and we had gotten to know each other on the ship, and he was praying for God to change him, to give him another job where he could be with his family and see them more often. So he was actually going to go apply for a job after he saw his grandmother. He was going to go apply for a job at one of the other ships. And so I just prayed with him. I prayed favor on his life, and I just prayed that God grant the desires of his heart, that he gets to see his family, and that he gets the transfer to the ship that goes to Cozumel almost every weekend or every other weekend, so he can see his family. And they work very long hours, 12 to 16 hours. And so he was not always, even when he comes to port, is he even able to get time off to go see his family. So he had gotten 4 hours off. So the fact and honor that he wanted to spend a few minutes of that with me was nice, and we spent that praying for his job and meeting his grandma, and just praying their needs are met. So after that, I actually went straight back to the ship and went to my room, and I would have had I would have tried to do something, but I just didn't have it in me. I didn't even have it in me to really eat lunch. I had stopped at a little restaurant there to make a phone call and talk to my daughter, but I just got a Coke. But it had been days since I had physically heard her voice or any of my children's voice, and I tried to call everybody, but only one answered. And it was a long trip, and it's not often that you take a trip that I would not talk to my children. But since I'm not working right now, finances are a little low, so I couldn't afford to run my phone bill up like I used to. I would just call everybody and talk and tell them how great a time I was having or what I was doing and just pay the bill. But I couldn't afford to do that this time, so I had to wait till I was in ports like Mexico that had phone service for my phone. Anyway, after that, I pretty much stayed in my room. I went into kind of a, I just didn't want to be around people. And I went to dinners because of my waiter expected that. And I went to the dinners. We only had the last one, which was the Cozumel, and he was wanted to say bye, and so I went to that. The next day we ported, and we didn't port. We were at sea for the next day, and once again I went to dinner. But I stayed in my room the rest of the time, except I did go for an acupuncture. And I just stayed in my room. I just wanted to be alone. And I went to dinner, but I didn't really enjoy the dinner. I didn't really talk to the people. I just kind of ate my dinner and was courteous to the waiter because we had built a relationship with most of the dining staff that we had. And just said goodbye and told them how much I enjoyed them and appreciated them, and went back to my room. And then the next day got off in Tampa, went to the hotel. My flight wasn't till the next day, and I didn't really feel like eating or getting out of my room. I just stayed in my room and contemplated on what direction my life was going. I had proved, yes, I can do ministry, not like Wayne, not even near like Wayne, and not like when me and Wayne were together, but I had proven that, yeah, I could do missions, but I didn't know if I wanted to. I didn't know really what I want anymore, and I guess that's where I'm at today. That's why I didn't make a video, because after the 5th, it was like I met my deadline. I did what I set out to do, but I didn't find myself. I found what me and Wayne used to do. I honored what Wayne and he would want me to do, but I don't know what I want to do. So today, on day 344, I will not say that I am depressed. I will say I'm sad. I will say that I'm having trouble finding that joy that comes in the morning. And I'm having a problem rising from the ashes of the morning. My daughter made a statement that, next year it's not going to be about Dad. It's not going to be about Wayne all the time, every day. And I told her, I said, that's true for you, but it's not true for me. Every day will still be about Wayne for me. I lost my mom, and I know the grief. I loved my mom dearly, and my mom was precious, precious, precious. We were very close. So I know the grief that I had, and it's different than the grief that I have for my husband. So I know your children, they go on. They have the joy of their children. They have their jobs and their careers to focus on. They have a life to continue to lead. And I know I have a life to continue to lead. Matter of fact, I came home and my grandson was very sick, and I started helping taking care of him and took him to some doctor's appointments and helped with his medication. I know I still have great family, and I know that I still have, God has things out there for me. God has a plan for me. I just don't know what that is. And I don't know how long it will be like this. I did come to a turning point in the ship, on the ship. I know that I do love the missions, and when I was out there, I felt alive, and I felt like I was doing what God had called me to do. But then once I was away from it, it was like that joy that I felt out there would just kind of dissipate. And so I don't know. I have family, my children have expectations. Your children have expectations of you. Your grandchildren have expectations of you. I have expectations of me. I just don't know what they are yet. And now I'm just going to sign off, letting you know, I don't know. You, of those who are going through grief out there, if you've got ideas, answers, if you have anything to say, I'm up for whatever advice you have to give. But today, day 344, I'll say I'm just kind of lost in who I am and what I'm supposed to do. And so today is day 344. I love you, Wayne Eisenmann. I miss you, Wayne Eisenmann. You are living proof. And it's another day.